G'day, I'm Paul. This is the brand new Y63 Nissan Patrol, and today I'm going to show you what the car looks like. There is like 800 people here, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to show you as much as I can before the big crowd comes out and kind of rushes me. Now, this is coming to Australia. It will be in Australia by orders open by the end of 2026. The Y63 Patrol has grown, so it's longer and wider, 35mm longer, 35mm wider, sits on the same wheelbase, same height as well. In terms of design changes, have a look at the C-clamp lights up there. So two sets of Cs. Some say that it kind of looks like a 3 there to signify the 63 in Y63. Down the front there, you've got a new camera, so 170-degree viewing angle, front and rear cross traffic alerts, so it is going to be easier to get in and out of intersections when that nose is sort of sticking out. I love the design. It really has Range Rover vibes here. It looks very nice and premium, and you can just see they've gone to a lot of effort here to keep some of that rugged off-road look, but then step it up a notch when it comes to just giving it more of a premium vibe. Down the side here, V6T, because the V8 is dead. So this now uses a 3.5 litre turbocharged petrol engine. That's what we'll be getting for the Australian market. 317 kilowatts of power, 700 Newton meters of torque, and that's all mated to a 9-speed Jatco automatic transmission. There is a naturally aspirated 3.8 litre petrol V6 available as well, but we will not be getting that for the Australian market. Beneath the skin there, you've got air suspension, so gone is the hydraulic setup. Air suspension will now offer extra ride height, 70mm extra ride height, and then it will also lower itself when you are doing highway speeds and also for access height as well. Love the LEDs on the rear too, so a strip that runs along the top there and then down the sides there as well. They haven't confirmed towing capacity yet for Australia, but 3.5 tonnes is what we're expecting. I'll show you the boot as well. So 7-seat capacity, and the boot has grown now as well in terms of size. Now in the boot, you're also going to find an inbuilt air compressor, which is something handy if you do a lot of off-road driving. You can drop this third row using buttons here off to the side, but they did speak about a remote. And I don't know whether that's a physical remote or just something that you operate through the interior of the car. Speaking of which, have a look at this. So you have over 28 inches of display there. So it's two sets of 14.3-inch displays. Center console there is now where you'll find the gear shifter. Instead of having a physical gear shifter, you've got those buttons there, piano black finish, wireless phone charger on this side, cup holders over here. And then under here, you've got a fridge as well to keep everything nice and cool. Look how premium this looks. So leather along the top there, nice sort of finish to that. And these seats as well. So pneumatic massaging on these. So it is going to really work you back there when you switch that on. They look nice and comfy too. So head-up display as well. You also have a brand new infotainment system with a Google Assistant. So you have basically cloud-based voice recognition. In addition to that, you've got Google Maps and then the head-up display, and the screen ahead of the driver can display Google Maps as well. So there's what your door looks like too. Nice looking setup. Okay, so back seats. Quickly climb around here. So same story there, wheelbase hasn't changed, so you should get around the same amount of leg room. Let's have a look. So that second row slides as well, so unlike the 300 series LandCruiser, can actually give your third row occupants a bit more room there. Two sets of 12.3-inch displays for your rear passengers as well, and then extra climate controls down the back here too, with USB-C charging at the front and at the rear. One of the coolest things that they mentioned during the press conference was actually with the climate controls. So it has biometric cooling, so it means that when you get people hopping into the car, it's able to use infrared to detect the temperature of their skin. Using the temperature of the skin, they can actually then adjust the amount of cooling that is felt by that person. I mean, that is some pretty insane technology. In terms of drive modes, so they have changed as well. There's now 6 drive modes. You've got rock, sand, mud, standard, eco, and sport. You have 7 colors to choose from, with a green being the new hero color. Mentioned as well the change to that air suspension. They've also made big changes under the bonnet, not only to the engine, but also to the cooling. So according to Nissan, they've basically gone away from a belt-driven fan system. There's now 2 electric fans under the front there. And that basically means this is now they described it as the most cooling capacity they've ever had on a Nissan product before. So they have really engineered this to work in conditions like here at the launch in Abu Dhabi, where it's like 40 degrees in the morning. It is going to be capable of doing everything you need it to do. So they've improved approach and departure angles. We don't have those figures yet. The other thing that's changed as well is the mass. So it is now heavier than it was before. The GVM hasn't changed, so that means you're going to get less payload. So that is one of the downsides to increasing the mass, unfortunately. When we do get approach and departure angles and ground clearances, I will fill you guys in on that. We don't have that information just yet. But in terms of the four-wheel drive hardware, you have a rear diff lock, you have full-time four-wheel drive, which is what the vehicle operates in regular sort of driving, and then you can switch it to four-wheel drive low range and also four-wheel drive high range. You can lock it in here. So you can see those options just there. So they've kind of thought of everything there. You've got over-the-air updates, so that means that the car is able to get new features over the air. It means you don't have to do anything to achieve that. It'll all just happen while the car's parked there and connected to your Wi-Fi network. I like that new steering wheel as well, so you can see they've got sort of haptic buttons around the edges there. Sound system has changed, so it's now a 12-speaker Klipsch sound system. So they're saying that that's going to give this a whole lot more interesting sounds inside the cabin. A little bit of wood grain under there as well with some open pore wood, which is cool. Steering, I forgot to mention that that's still hydraulic, so they haven't gone to an EPAS system. So it simply means that you're going to get more feel through the steering wheel there, better for off-road as well. It is not as good for semi-autonomous steering though, so I'll be keen to see what that's like when we do finally get a chance to have a drive of it. So I think I've covered everything off there. LED lighting inside the cabin as well with 64 interior colours. So that is your first look here at the Nissan Patrol. We don't know pricing just yet, but they did say that it will be priced for the UAE market with a starting price of around 65,000 US dollars and ending at 105,000 US dollars. So that's about 100K Aussie and then all the way through to about 160K Australian. So big step up there in terms of price, but I guess it is a bit more of a premium product there for that proposition. It will go on sale in Australia at the end of 2026. The Y62 will still be able to be bought in Australia through to the end of 2026 as well. So it means that you're still going to have the ability to keep buying that while you want. Fuel economy's improved by around 34%. 100-litre fuel tank as well. I'm just throwing numbers at you at this stage. But yeah, there it is there. So that has been your first look at the new Y63 Nissan Patrol. I've tried to give you as much information as I possibly can. I'm out of breath now. There is a huge crowd that's about to come out. So I'm going to wrap this up. If you do have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I will answer as much as I humanly possibly can. And in addition to that, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you like it and you share it with your mates. But I need to get some sleep. I'll see you guys later.